Lidia. Come up. This is Bridget first.
Okay. I guess there's three main things I can say. Last week we went to Ottawa. And Explorer and Zoe, we all talked in front of all those people, which is a little scary, but when you're out there it feels really good. It's not that scary after. And so if you are a kid and you feel like you want to say something, find a way to come up here. We're here to support you, especially in a safe environment like this, because it's all support, we're all friends, we'll feel good.
Family.
Also, we talked briefly before about how things in pop culture can sometimes predict the future. We talked about music, but also in movies. So like Lamont said, V for Vendetta, we watched that recently. And there was a scene where everybody was lined up like prisoners and they were all getting their vaccine from guys in masks. Also it took place this year and it was filmed here. It's a little scary. And then also they like to normalize things in Hollywood too. My other favorite movie, Across the Universe. There was a scene where they were walking through a field, camera pans up and there's a chemtrail going across. They like to normalize things. That movie's from 2007. My last point, it's a good feeling being here and seeing all my friends. This is the only place you can come and hug everybody. You're all my friends and we love you all, and it feels great.
Hello. As Bridget said, we were all in Ottawa. I mean, it was amazing there. The energy was insane, and I'm really happy that we all got to speak there. I'm very proud. So I tried to get an exemption, like from my doctor, a generic one so I can get it anywhere. And as you know, they say that the Toronto Public Health and all the ministries say that they aren't allowed to give anyone exemptions for any reason, actually. I have extreme anxiety and I cannot breathe in a mask, they don't even give exemptions for kids that have extreme asthma. And the only exemption that my doctor said, well, in her practice, that only kid that got an exemption was a kid that just had an organ transplant. And even my doctor said that she wouldn't let her kid, since mom's gonna let her kid go to school without a mask, because that kid can't wear a mask because of his organ transplant. But now, my doctor still says that he should wear a mask because, of course, he is immune compromised. It's also stupid. I finally learned that I'm going to go back to gymnastics in the fall after 6 months. I'm really excited. Really excited. I also learned that you have to wear a mask when you're going in, and you have to wear a mask when you're changing from one event to the other, but not when you're working out, because at least my gym understands that that's dangerous, like very dangerous. So me and my mom drove there because we weren't allowed to get one for my doctor, an exemption for my doctor. And luckily the head coach said that she would be fine with me having an exemption, but the problem is there are, of course, parents. And the parents are going insane, like always. They are they want to shut down the gym if like a kid doesn't wear the mask and all that stuff. So I'm going to have a Kleenex in front of my mouth, kind of just so that if there are videos, like if there are windows, that the parents think that I have something over my mouth, because or else the gym would get in huge trouble. But at least it's better than wearing a mask, and I really want to go, and I don't want anything to happen to that gym since I've been there for almost my entire life. Lastly, I finally saw one of my friends this week. I was super excited. She is an old school friend of mine. She met with me, but of course she was wearing the mask, and I told her that she should take a break and that she didn't have to wear it around me, that I wasn't scared, that So yeah, but she literally asked her mom if she could take it off, and her mom was like, well, if you guys keep a distance. I wasn't even allowed to hug her, and that was kind of sad for me, but at least I got to see her, and she told me that she was very annoyed at her parents for not letting her see any friends for the past 6 months. And she also lives inside a building, a small one, well actually a big one, and she has no room for anything, and I feel really bad for her, and I really hope that I get to see her again, because what those parents are doing is horrible. So yeah, to all those parents that are listening, let your children go outside. They need to see their friends, they need to breathe the fresh air, and yeah, let them be kids again. So thanks everybody. Hi everybody! We were in Ottawa last weekend, and I just wanted to say how amazing it was. It was like one of the best moments of my life. Share with you guys, because I think there's a lot of people that don't know what's happening. Actually, probably most of you do, but I think there's a bit of us that don't know what's going on. In the stores now, they are marketing masks like Spider-Man masks or Paw Patrol masks to young children. Marketing fear to children. Shame. We were standing waiting to buy our groceries, and I saw a little child who had a mask over his face walk up to his mom with a packaged mask, and he said, "Mom, I want the Spider-Man mask." That just broke my heart that there's children that think that this is okay. What child wants to have a piece of cloth or paper over their face?
No new normal.
So I was just kind of standing there. I didn't know what to do, and there's nothing that I could do, because if the parent explains to the child that this is okay, the child will think that. I've had some of my friends that I've known for over 6 years tell me off because I've told them that I don't wear a mask. One of my friends, she said, "That's so selfish of you." I think it's selfish that you're telling me what I have to put over my face. Say to me, "You know what, just wear the mask, just don't make waves, don't start any of this crap, just wear it. If you want me to wear it, you can come stand in front of me and you can put it over my face."
Yeah.
It's my body and it's my choice.
Yeah.
So it's been a few weeks that I've been coming here, probably over 6 or 7, and yesterday we went to the protest in Oshawa, the Durham region. And it was the first protest, so it was pretty small, but it was great to be there. And I'm happy to say that I could be there since day one. There was a lot of people on that street that we were protesting on that didn't know, and they thought that they just had to wear the mask because somebody told them. They didn't think that exemptions exist. They didn't think that the mask, it doesn't work. And it was so great to me to be able to tell those people who didn't know about it and inform them, because it opened up a new door to them, and they were able to say, "I'm not going to wear the mask anymore."
Yeah.
I was also explaining to a lady who was walking around. She said that as soon as the vaccine came out for COVID-19, she'd take it.
Oh, I keep in mind.
And I told her that once you get the vaccine, now you have COVID, and you're going to be spreading it to people. And she said, "Oh, I don't care, anything to keep me safe." Anything to keep you safe, but you're calling me selfish for not wearing a mask. That's so hypocritical, it's not even funny.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So I was also explaining to her how bad this lockdown has affected children, and that how many suicides they've turned into COVID deaths. And she was actually super amazed by that because she didn't know.
Oh.
And the children, they're struggling with mental health. I know a lot of my friends
friends that don't know how to get out of that state, and it really hurts me. Because we didn't choose for this to be how we live. We didn't choose to be locked down for 6 months. We're just children and we want to live.
Free.
So, as you all know, school is starting for most kids soon. I know there's a lot of kids that aren't going back. Fear-mongering is a thing, and it is happening. There's a lot of stuff that people think will happen, but it won't. I'm not going to point fingers or anything like that.
No.
So my teacher called me from last year, and I was so happy when I found out that was him because I love him. He's like the best teacher ever. And he said that I was going to be a resource for him in the classroom because he himself doesn't believe in the mask. And he's hoping that I can be a gateway for other children to learn and to know about this and know that they don't have to wear the mask. We also called the principal called us, and Mom asked what we would need to get me exempt from wearing the mask in school. And he said, we don't need proof, we'll just take your word because we respect you. I thought that was so amazing because there's so many people that wear masks and they are missing that respect for you, and they don't want to listen to how you feel, they just want you to listen to what they think. And I think that if you're speaking to someone and you have different opinions, you should be exchanging thoughts and listening to each other and not just be a one-sided conversation. Yes. So now, I'm happy to say that I'm super excited to go back into school next week, and I'll let you guys all know how that goes. We are not numbers. Children are essential. Don't muzzle us.
Hello. So, ever since this pandemic quotation marks started, I had to stop going to taekwondo. It's a martial art anyway. I had to do it online, and I wasn't able to go out. And when we were finally able to, after almost 6 months, it was so different from when it originally started. You see, ever since it started, we had to get our own we had to take the classes in like smaller portions. Still, some people are taking it online, and the worst part is like I can't spar anyone. I can't take my anger through the entire week into that one person, because if I touch someone, I'm gonna get COVID. Honestly, it's the worst. And not to mention, I walk home with someone sometimes. I don't want to say her name, but she always wears a mask, and I told her, you don't need to wear it. It's literally, it's basically a ghost town. But she's just said, oh, I don't want to breathe it in. Are you not breathing or something? Anyway, so a couple of weeks ago, my favorite ice cream store finally opened up. Almost everyone, the store was almost empty, but the woman who was serving me the ice cream was wearing gloves. Okay, I guess that's so normal, but she was also wearing a mask and face shield. For no reason. The store was empty. Something else, a lot of people aren't returning to school, and I'm not either, but not for the same reason that other people probably aren't returning to school. I'm not returning because it's not going to be the same, because it's also because of the fact that if let's say I sneeze, oh no, now I need to be locked up for two weeks, and my mom's not going to know where I am.
That's the problem.
And the only way she could see me is if she gets the vaccine. That's probably going to kill her in 2 years. It's terrifying to think that. So that's why I'm not returning to school. And when I tell people this, they first assume I'm doing it for the reason that a lot of people are doing it. But when I tell them, they call me selfish and stuff like that. It's mostly not my friends. No. Anyway, about the mask. I've talked about more of my experiences, but now to talk a bit more about the mask. The mask isn't actually good for your health because you're breathing in your own carbon It's so sad to see people trying to make money off of this with cloth masks, Spider-Man, Hello Kitty, and other classic things. It's really hard, and in fact, the mask is terrible. In fact, I want to just take a pair of scissors and cut them all up.
Yeah.
One more thing before I go. Back when everything first started, I spent almost a month just in bed because I had no strength to get up. And when I finally did, I didn't even feel like doing it, getting up anymore. Because so many things were just different. People are calling this the new normal. I'm calling it the distorted normal because this isn't normal. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys. Put your hands together for the girls and the